With the end of the first working day of the new CEO and president of the company, I was ready to go home. Arman had left early and I was left to accompany Mahan or go home. Of course, for the proposal I had given Arman, I had gotten myself into serious and new trouble. I was neither a thief nor with thieves nor a professional designer for this job. I had to hold a detailed meeting with Kasra and those who were considered my teammates. In this game, I was also the Black Army. Oh, how I hated these roles of a few people. But sometimes standing behind makes mistakes. You could see the secret of the victory of the first and second roles, and the fact that you could escape from danger in time due to greater coverage. I decided to go to Mahan's house first, to those with whom she felt comfortable. For now, I was going to her heart's content. Finally, she came out and looked at me. I said calmly, "Okay, let's go home. Take a shower and rest." He laughed and said, "These things happen in the company. After all, the company is a hassle for Ardalan Meshkat." We were silent all the way. When we entered the mansion, he turned to me and said, "Although they will find out soon, don't say anything until I tell them myself. I need to think about it." "Okay, whatever you want." He nodded and we entered. When we arrived, Bulbul greeted us and took Mahan's coat and then asked us to come for lunch. I went to my room to change my clothes. At lunchtime, most of the family members were there. Like pigeons whose nests had been destroyed and who had gathered together out of fear of the cats so that they wouldn't be eaten. Although Mother Jan was still trying to maintain her queenly personality and that dignity and glory, she no longer hung all kinds of necklaces and brooches, bracelets and bangles, even earrings, on herself compared to before. She was slowly learning and believing that she was no longer Haj Ardalan Meshkat's wife. Mona and Nargiz, Hadis and Mary were no longer arguing with their husbands and had become quieter. I felt satisfied that this family was falling apart and had become like me. Lunch was over. After Bulbul and the servants cleared the table, some of them went to their rooms. I started transferring and deleting Arman's messages on one of the sofas. I didn't want anyone, not even Mahan, to see the messages by accident or even secretly, and I handed them over. I waited for a while, when Arman was nowhere to be found and the hall was empty, and Bulbul was especially absent. I went to my room upstairs, which was actually Nargiz's room. I knocked softly on the door a few times. "Who is it?" "Reham, can I come in?" "Okay, come in." When I entered, he was lying on the bed. He was about to get up when I said, "I won't stay long. I just came to tell you something and that's it. I hope you are as polite as you said you were before." "What are you going to say?" "What you were afraid of has happened to you. Agajan, someone replaced Mahan as the head of the company. Mahan no longer has the power and charm he once had." He half raised himself and looked at me with astonishment. "Really? Ardalan did this?" "You can ask Arman, of course. Don't call me names. I am lonely and alone. But I still have strangers in the name of family. There is Nida and Aunt Zaram. I call her aunt. My Arman is in this company because of you and your husband, who I don't know how you lost him. Suicide or heart attack or drowning, he might jump on your head. I want to say, put pressure on Mahan in every way you know so that it's not too late. He can consider a future and capital for you and your son and give it to you. If Arman leaves that company, all your hopes will turn into a mirage." Nargis said, "What about you? Aren't you worried? You've made a life for yourself with this wealth, you're wasting it, and these clothes are just a mess." "Me? Well, I'm worried. But I trust and believe in Mahan. He's been the manager of this company for years, and he has a lot of money under his belt, and he's skilled at his job, and Ardalan hasn't apologized for all these incidents. However, This is going to go off like a bomb everywhere. I have to save and keep something for myself before this wealth and treasures of Ali Baba's cave are destroyed and buried under the ground. Don't tell anyone, keep quiet and turn off the lights. Get your share through your mother, as much as you can. It's definitely going to be Aghajan's turn to get married again soon, and the whole family will be deprived of their inheritance. You said that everyone will shoot at each other's shadows and maybe even secretly. Aghajan's flattery and the fact that they'll do whatever he wants, so that they can get something. Nargis said. Begging at any cost. Yes? They are all used to this sweetness and blessing. Thank you for saying so. I said, please. I only said this because we both came on a boat and from a village that we don't want to go back to anyway. We have to save ourselves even with a broken plank when the Titanic sinks. You know that. For now, goodbye. I slowly opened the door to the room and looked around. When I was sure that no one was appearing like a hanging bird, I went out and then ran towards my room. I closed the door and breathed a sigh of relief. I had lit the first spark and flame of the fire. The next person was Mona. I was throwing them all at each other's throats, especially Mahan and Arman. It was both good and dangerous to feel their danger. But I had to get out of this Amazonian spider web and the fence in which Mahan, Arman and his family, my family had imprisoned me. Even with a wounded and bloodied body,